What is up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with the Transformers third-party review. And so the figure that we're taking a look at today is going to be the Maketoys Contact Shot. And this is a figure that I have actually wanted for many years. Many years. And I have just been unable to find it for anything less than, several $100s. And I've been waiting for years and years for Maketoys to reissue this, and I'm not sure exactly where this stands. When it came out, it originally looked like a reissue, but then apparently Maketoys issued a statement saying that their factory just started making them on their own, and I mean. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Like, it seems really kind of odd. But it's, I can say that from everything that I've seen, the quality of this figure is exactly, identically the same as a legitimate Maketoys product. So I'm just going to say that worst case scenario, Maketoys has, well, maybe it's the best case scenario. I don't know. I'll just say that Maketoys has inadvertently reissued this figure. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what they're super upset about, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I recognize that this figure, the structure and the engineering of it is, something that was designed by Maketoys and whatnot. And Maketoys is a company that I do really like. But like, if they really wanted to make more money off of it, they would have reissued it legitimately. And so their years and years of inactivity about this mold in particular tells me that they're just not interested in doing anything with it anymore. So I don't know that I should be upset if somebody else decides to do something with it. So I bought one. It was only like $70. I was very happy. So yeah, here's Maketoys Contact Shot. And he is just, as my mother-in-law would say, a very handsome figure. She was telling me that the Toy World Constructor was very handsome, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess I can see that. But yeah, I like, it just looks so good. The proportions, just the whole thing. It's just a wonderful package overall. I love it. I like that the legs are all like covered up. There's, of course, completely hollow in there, but like they hide that all really well. He's got a faux chest on the front because this is his actual cockpit back here, but it's nothing sticks out, nothing looks awkward. There's no like kibbly bits on them. Like, this is an extremely clean robot mode. This is a robot mode that anybody would be proud of. I dig it. I dig it a whole lot. I like the use of the different shades of blue. You've got this lighter blue and a darker blue here. Unfortunately, only one of my wheels really wants to turn properly. Like, this one will kind of go. This one, not really at all. This one, definitely not. And this one just... So, it's weird, but, I'll live with it. I'll live with it somehow. But yeah, let's talk about his accessories. So, first and foremost, he comes with alternate faces. Let me zoom in on the head for just a minute. So he's got an alternate face that you can just pull off his helmet here and swap out this face for this one. Now, this one doesn't like to really tab onto that head very well, so I kind of just like lean that back and like balance it on there. And slide that helmet back on. till it seats in properly. And now he's yelling. The yelling face. Apparently this is his... Oh gosh, I don't know if this is the show accurate. So this figure comes with a toy accurate head and a show accurate head. And I'm not sure exactly which is which, but to swap it out, you just put on this other face with the visors. And by the way, this helmet is not compatible with that face. Like it just doesn't fit in there. And vice versa. And then you put on this other helmet here with the like unicorn horn. Maybe he's like a Zaku in disguise. And there you go. Like, I kind of like this face, but I really like the other head, the other helmet. So, if I could, I would probably do this face with that helmet, but like I said, you can't really swap them out at all. And then he has an alternate angry face as well. And this helmet does not want to really seat properly. Oh, it's because I'm using the wrong helmet. That's the problem. There we go. As I've just demonstrated, the helmets are not compatible. But yeah, so he's got an angry face as well. I'm going to swap back to the other one. I much prefer the other head, not only because I kind of like the shape of the two prongs there, but also it's got all this cool detail on the back. And you don't get any detail on the back of this. That must mean that this is the animation head. But we'll just plonk this back on there. And drop that helmet back down. Oh, that's the wrong face again. Jeez. There we go. Alright. Yeah, everything's back to normal. So that's it for his face accessories. In terms of other accessories, he also comes with this little gun here that it tabs onto. You got this little slot here, and that tabs onto his forearm. It'll actually go into either forearm. There's tabs on both arms. But that's easy peasy. And then he also comes with this little Target Master, who just slides into his fist. It's got the same groove system that we've seen on so many of Maketoys things. That just slides in there, and he can point it about. Only issue I've really got with this is I've got stress marks on that pin. Now, there is a thing that I've seen. I haven't actually done it, but apparently you can take this off and slide that into there. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to do for you, except make that barrel bigger. And then this guy here, these pop out, and again, I think this goes over like that. So there's another way that you could display him if you want to. I don't know. Don't particularly care for it. I like the dual wielding thing better, personally. And so we'll just take this out, slide this out from there, and then drop this back into there. And then that just plugs onto either arm. And looks great. Real quick, I do want to talk about his Target Master. So Target Master is an easy enough figure. About the same size as one of the... well, hold on a second. So to transform this guy, let's take and rotate his head all the way around. Disconnect these tabs on the knees from the shoulders. This is going to pull out and rotate down, and then this is all going to straighten up. Like so. And then you can take this and fold this down. There's a tab here and a slot here that'll plug into itself. And then, yeah, the whole barrel and handle just forms like a little backpack on them. And it looks pretty good, actually. This figure here has got, you know, a hinged knee joint, a ball joint at the hips. No waist joint or anything like that. He's got a ball joint at the shoulder. And a hinge joint at the elbow, which actually goes both ways. And then a ball joint at the head, which makes him the only one of Maketoys' little master figures to have a moving head, since their headmasters have got static heads, because this is, you know, a joint that they use to look around with. So there they are in comparison to each other. I think all in all, they're exactly what you'd expect. I do like that they made them both exactly the same size, which is fantastic. All in all, I think that the Target Master guy is a little bit cleaner, but, you know, he doesn't turn into a blocky head. And while I'm doing comparisons, I might as well bring out his buddies. And there they are with with Chrome Dome, and with Hardhead. So all in all, it's a good looking trio. I can't wait till Maketoys finally gets off their ass and makes more Headmasters. But that's likely going to be sometime in the far future. Because last I checked, they are still making freaking Seekers. They just announced like a red Seeker. And everybody was like, ooh, another Seeker. And I'm just like, come on, Maketoys. Please make some toys. But anyhow, in terms of articulation, his head is on a ball joint. One issue that I have with this figure is that the transformation hinge that the head is on, is kind of loose. So if you're not holding and posing the head just right, you're going to move that one instead. Which, I mean, could make him like look up quite a bit. But that's the thing. It's got these little tabs here, but they don't like hook in. They just kind of, I don't know. I think they might be supposed to hook in. Oh, hey, wait, that just went. Yeah, there we go. I haven't pushed on them hard enough. There you go. I've done it here first. He's got, his shoulders are on these little hinges here, and then also on hinges that go forward and back, and also they rotate like so, which should be giving him a big range of motion on this little shoulder part here, but it actually kind of gets in the way quite a bit, because, you know, do you pull it out of the way like that? Do you bring it out of the way like that? Like, I don't know. I suppose if you're okay with just completely folding this away like so, then it works out great. And if you don't like that, then you might not like how the shoulders work. But I'm just going to fold them out of the way like so, just because this clears out the shoulder mostly. So his shoulders are on ball joints. So they'll rotate around as much as, you know, this kibble allows. They go out that far on the ball joint, but they've also got a hinge here. And that hinge allows them to go out as far as you can make them go. they'll actually go all the way, but you know, you don't have enough shoulder motion for that. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow for that much bend. He's got a wrist swivel, and all 4 fingers do the same thing at the same time. He's got a waist joint, which on my copy is a little stiff. Plus he's got a waist joint, which on my copy is a little loose. He's got hip armor that come out of the way, and also his crotch armor moves out of the way for whatever reason. I don't know. It doesn't actually do anything. But his leg will click that far forward, click that far back. It'll go out for most of a Van Damme. I'll say 83% of a Van Damme. He's got a ratcheted thigh swivel. Single joint bend at the knee for about 90 degrees. And then down at his foot has got an ankle tilt and forward and back motion as well. And so it's decently posable, not like hyper posable or something like that, but it's decently posable. It's got enough posability in enough places that he can look good on your shelf. I have found that these ankles are a little unstable, so like if you put him into a crazy pose, he might not do it. Also, the way these ankle tilts are set up, let me open this up, reveal the secrets. So it's got this double hinge in there. And so you might need to, if you want some deep ankle bends, you might have to go in and maneuver that around like so. But in just its standard configuration, which is good for basically all just standing there poses, it works out fairly well. But yeah, that's that. One thing I will say is that compared to the Headmaster guys, the transformation on this is actually really, really simple. But it's very effective. And I really like that, actually. So let's get started with that. First thing I'm going to do is fold in his hand and then compress the arm. It just slides up like so. You straighten it, of course, and then it just slides up. You can open up this here and then disconnect these tabs from the body. That will allow you to bring this panel here. This is on a really kind of stiff ratchet. But basically what you need to do is bring this all the way out. This is actually its vehicle mode configuration here, but bring it farther. And then you'll take the head, rotate it around first, and then put it into that hole, and then fold this back down so it just kind of covers the top of his head. Part of the reason why I like this head over the other one is that this is a detail that you can actually see in the vehicle mode. And it looks nicer than just the smooth head here. But anyhow, let's take his hands and go like so. So you want to bring them up and rotate them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring these parts forward and then bring, actually, they need to go like so, because these need to come up like so. So then these are going to come out on those shoulder hinges. And then you can take and tab these in. There's a tab here and a slot inside. And they'll just plug in lickety-split. And then you want to push on, basically hold this part like so, and then push on just the very upper part of the central section here with your thumbs. And that'll pop this out. And then bring that out enough that you can bring out this little section here. He's got a windshield that goes inside his windshield. It's amazing. And then you can take these and fold them around. And then this tab will engage with this slot right here. Just like so. Now, oh, I keep on doing this step out of place. Before you get too far in this, you do want to rotate this whole thing around, not at the waist joint, but at this joint here between the cockpit section and this red part. And then make sure those are tabbed in. That's the correct order. Now for the legs, what you want to do is you want to open up these feet like so. Kind of disconnect this a little bit so you can pull out this panel. And then you can bring this up on a double hinge, slide this thigh section out, and then slide this. You'll see how this whole red section, or you can say the blue section that slides, but basically this section slides. You want to take and bend this double hinge all the way, and then you've got a little tab here that'll fit into that slot there. And then like so, you want to take this and rotate it all the way around. Oh, let's take this toe and fold that in. Well, actually, that's the heel piece, but... And as you fold this around, you want to make sure that this piece goes all the way back. And then you've got a tab here that's going to fit into a slot. There's 2 slots on his crouch. There you go. And so as you bend this around, you want to make sure that that tab is going to fit into his crotch slot. And then if you got that in roughly the right spot, then this panel will come around and close over. You got a slot and a tab. And then we're going to do the same real quick. Well, actually, you've got... No, we're going to do the same real quick for the other side. We'll get to that panel in a second. So open this up, close that up, kind of pop this out so you can bring out that panel. Bring this up a bit, bring this out, slide this doohickey, double joint the ankle so that that piece tabs in. Bring this around and around and around. You do have a single tab that keeps these together. Make sure that goes in. Looks like neither one of my crotch tabs. Oh, no, they both went in. Alright, with all that in place, then we can take these and you're going to bring this up so that these leg parts are going to slide into this cavity here behind the cockpit. And then as you do that, you're gonna have 2 tabs here that'll fit into. This one will fit into like a real defined slot down. I can't quite get the light in there. There's a real defined slot down in there. There it is. You can see that. And this one is just fits into like this hollow section here. Oh yeah, and there's a tab on this arm that fits into a slot right in there. That's actually the one you need to pay attention to the most, because once that goes in, then all the rest of this will just kind of follow. Like so. There we go. And there we go. And we'll do that for this other side as well. And now with all this in place, make sure that these tabs are tabbed, and this one is tabbed. Come around here. There's a tab on this red panel that's going to fit into the slot on the forearm. That should plug in very nicely. And then there you have him in his car mode. Get that cockpit. Those are up. You can take this guy here, put his legs into a seating position. By the way, one of the things I really like about this, he's got foot pedals in there, which is cool. It's one of those ones I used to joke about, the alternators, the Binaltech figures when they first came out. I used to comment that they had everything but cup holders. And then they made some of them that did have cup holders, and I was like, well, I stand corrected. Then you want to take this and kind of slide this down and like pinch it against his legs. That'll help to keep him in place. And then this will come down on this double hinge. And there he is in his vehicle mode. Oh wait, one last thing. You can take this, and this slot right here is going to fit into a tab right there. And so now, instead of looking like a gun barrel, it looks like an exhaust of some sort. And there it is. I think that this is a really good alt mode. Like, this completely exudes the look of the, what the G1 toy looked like. But, like, it's really clean looking. Like, even from the underside, it doesn't really have a whole lot of robot bits. You know, you can see a little bit of his helmet, but, like, his face is, disguised. And it's just put together really well. There's a tasteful amount of balance of red and blue. Like, I even like this like little bit of blue that's shown through on the side. This looks good. You've got your one like decal tampo printing on either side. And aside from that, it's fairly unadorned. Of course, he's got paint apps, silver and red, and actually these are die-cast pieces that are painted blue. Silver on the wheels. Of course, blue on the cockpit, the canopy. He does have one additional little feature here. Let me see if I can find that. There we go. If you pry these open, I'm not sure exactly what these are supposed to be. They've got to be some sort of like, because they're not headlights, because when they pop out, they're still halfway blocked by these, which means that they're probably not forward-facing guns either. I'm thinking that they've got to be like launchers of some, like, ballistic launchers of some sort. I don't know. It's a detail. It's a detail that's in there. But that's about all I've got to say about this. Fantastic figure. If you can pick it up for less than $100, I 100% recommend this. Over $100 though, it's starting to seem a little sketchy to me, and certainly at the like $250 to nearly $300 that I was seeing it for a couple months ago, because I have been like eyeballing this for years. Yeah, that would be a no-go for that price, but yeah, $70-$80, absolutely. But anyhow, that's all I've got. Everybody, thanks for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.